everyone, hope you're having an awesome day. It is Formulations Thursday, where we have fun with different types of concrete mixes. Sometimes we make the ordinary extraordinary, and that's what we're doing today. We're taking the Goodcrete Concrete 1101, the standard bag concrete mix that's sold in Home Depot. I affectionately call it Crapcrete. It's not that terrible of a mix, but it is definitely on the bottom end of the concrete industry. We're going to turn it into extraordinary today, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. So besides the 18 pounds of Goodcrete 1101, we're following the back of the soup can. We've got 570 grams of water, and if you remember from our last video that we have posted below, we actually needed an extra 250 milliliters of water to get to the prescribed slump. So we've got the 569 grams, the 250 mils or 250 grams of water to help us out just in case. We're going to try to stay away from that. One of the things I keep saying about the 1101 is that it is a bony mix, especially when you throw this water in. So we're going to go ahead and add an alternative secondary cementitious material to this mix. And what this does is it's going to enhance the Portland cement and other materials that are already in the bag mix, and then add to it so we get that creamy and dreaminess. After that, we've got 3 chemicals that we're playing with. A high range water reducer. We want that flowability, that workability. 2 to 3 inch, maybe a little bit more. I want to see it pancake a little bit. So we're going to be using this high-end, high-range water reducer. It's a polycarboxylate style, and we'll be using it at about 4 ounces per hundredweight. I've also got some corrosion inhibitor here. We're using that to boost up our strengths. I'd like to see if we can make our 28-day strength, which was, I believe, 5,300 PSI patchouli, somewhere around there. I want to see if we can make that in 7 days. So we're going to be using a small bit of an accelerator. We're also going to see some corrosion resistance from this as well. And it's a pretty cool mix, especially when you're a pretty cool admixture when you use it at higher levels. It gives you that accelerating property. And the last piece that we're using is a nano-engineered admixture that's used for corrosion prevention, increasing the resistance to abrasive wear, and it really is one of the best newer and emerging technologies out to the industry to make your concrete stronger and last longer. So we're using a fun packages of things here and ultimately trying to make that concrete that is stronger and lasts longer. And everything we've got here is going to help us do that. So let's get to mixing. Goodcrete 1101 that we made last week, and we're going to crack it well before the 28-day mark to see if we're going to get that above that 4,000 PSI. So we had 18 pounds of dry, 570 grams of H2O. We had 1.54 pounds of a alternative binder called Juno, which made about 8% of the total cementitious, 4 mils of a high range, 8 mils of a non-chloride accelerator, and 10 mils of a densification agent, a nanotechnology. So we ended up adding a little bit more of each, but our slump was 4.2 inches in a nice temp, 70 degrees. and we're going to run those brakes today. And again, this is the Goodcrete 1101, what I like to call the post-hole concrete. Let's go break some concrete. Got in trouble for not talking about what we did, and I forgot we didn't do that while we were mixing. So we broke the mix down to an 18-pound batch and added 570 grams of water, and that was per the back of the soup can. But again, we wanted to take the 1101 and make it a Goodcrete based on the bells and whistles that we had. First thing that we went after when we did that is the paste. One of the things that we noticed when we were working with the 1101 is that there was no paste. It was mostly from your sand and your rock, and there's a lot of chip in there too. So what we added to it was 1.4 pounds of an alternative supplementary cementitious material. It's called Juno. It's a revolutionary binder used to replace cementitious. So here we were adding 8% of the total weight of the cementitious to 8% of the total weight of the entire dry to the 1101, so 1.54 pounds. And then on top of that, we also wanted to add a high-range water reducer, and this was done so we can get more fluidity out of the concrete without having to add that water of convenience. The other thing that we wanted to add was a non-chloride accelerator, and the reason behind that is we wanted to boost up those early strengths. Now, if you remember from a few minutes ago in cinema time, there was a need for us to get to that 4,000 psi before the 28th day. Now bear in mind, with the 1101, I think we got a little bit shy of 5,000 or a little bit over 5,000, which is great. That was at 28 days. We wanted to see if we can reach that ultimate strength in 7 days with the bells and whistles that we added. We also added 10 mils of a densification agent and nanotechnology, which again was used to densify the hydrated cement matrix, that porous sponge that makes up the concrete, to give us more strengths. And that coupled with that non-chloride accelerator, we should see even more earlier strengths. And at 5 days with 3630, 3640, on the average for 2 cylinders on the PSI, that's pretty good. We should more than likely hit our 4,000 PSI at 7 days, and I think we'll probably end it out at 14 or 21 days, maybe even before that with the early strength dates, and not get to the 28 day. Or we'll wait to the 28 day. We'll see what Patchouli wants us to do. So, it wasn't Crapcrete, it was Goodcrete. I mean, we added more water, we added more high range. It just didn't get that creamy and dreaminess. If anything, it was like it got the cream because I added the binder, but there were just so many fines in there that it was acting almost like I don't want to say a wet sand, but like a dry clayey mud. Like a dry Play-Doh, if you will, and it oftentimes broke apart. I mean, we eventually got to a slump, but we really had to work for that. I mean, this is where we started up here, and we ended up adding all of this jazz here to create that paste or refine that paste. So, yeah.